All right. So welcome, guys. Welcome to the MCS sessions conducted by TCS in lieu of the upcoming case study examinations happening in August 2023. My name is Nick, and I'm the lead tutor and evaluator for MCS at TCS. So first things first, let's look at the session outcomes. So tonight's session is going to be quite a short session where I'll be covering two areas. In the first area, I will be taking you through, or I will be providing an overview into the MCS exam. There could be a set of you who are coming through the exemption route. So in such an environment, you need to be conversant with the technical nitty-gritties pertinent to the MCS exam. If you have done your OCS exams, then you already know the technicalities pertinent to a CIMA case study. Yet, but since I believe that there are students who are coming through the Master's Gateway or the FLP or the Finance Leadership Program, I will be taking you through the technicalities pertinent to the MCS exam. And the most important part is the second part, where I will be taking you through an 8-week study plan. And if you stick to the study plan, you can easily pass your CIMA MCS examination. So having said that, let me also remind you about the webinar schedule. Please be reminded that we are conducting 3 free webinars this time, focused on the session happening in August. So tonight's session is where I'll be covering the study technique, where specifically I'll be focusing on an 8-week study plan. And we have 2 more upcoming webinars as well. And, mind you, both these webinars are conducted free of charge, just like this one. So in the second webinar, which is happening next Saturday on the 1st of July at the same time, I'll be taking you through answering technique. Out of the 3 webinars, next Saturday's one is the most important, because in that webinar, I will be talking about something called answer planning technique, because when developing answers, if you are to come up with well-structured answers, and if you are to score the fullest amount of marks, you need to spend some time to plan your answers properly or structureize your answers. That's where answer planning techniques come into play. And on top of that, as part of answer planning technique, I will also talk about time management technique, because as per my experience, most students fail their MCS exam because they run out of time. So, when you run out of time, what happens is you try to provide rushed answers or half-hearted answers, or in most instances, students end up providing incomplete answers. So if that is the case, chances of you passing the exam is extremely low. So that's exactly why I will be highlighting the answer planning and time management techniques. And if you stick to these guidelines, which I will provide in the next webinar, and if you keep on practicing these techniques when you are practicing your mock exams, definitely you can pass your exam comfortably. So all these answer planning and time management techniques will be, practically implemented, or I will take you through a mini mock, which you can find within our webinar, within our website. So based on the mini mock, I will be explaining the answer planning and time management techniques in a practical sense, so that you'd understand how you are supposed to replicate the same methodology when practicing your mock exams as well as at your real exam. Then the third webinar is happening on this 15th of July, which is again a Saturday at the same time. And in this webinar, the third webinar, I will be taking you through examiner's comments, because it's of utmost importance that you understand what is expected out of you. So the best way to do it is to listen to what the examiner, CIMA examiner, is telling you. So I'll be taking you through these examiner's comments in the third webinar. And on top of that, I will also be providing tips about what you need to do to develop a high level of confidence, because as per the CIMA examiner, confident students end up passing the exam comfortably, especially the MCS exam. So in such an environment, it's better to have a positive mindset. So I'll be providing some tips covering this area. And on top of that, I will also highlight common reasons for failure. And I will also provide solutions for each of these reasons so that you can avoid them when conducting preparations in the upcoming weeks. So these are the areas which are covered within the webinar series. And, mind you, all these webinars are recorded, and even if you miss out on the webinars, or even if you miss out the live sessions, you still can revisit the webinars via our website. All right. So having said that, let's get to the nitty-gritties pertaining to tonight's session. Mario, you are saying that you cannot hear me. Probably some technical difficulty at your end, because the other students who are part and parcel of this webinar, they did not raise this concern. Guys, hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. One of the students had said that he can't hear me. Is that the case for you guys, or is it just him? Hello. Can hear me. All right. So Mario, can, but noise at the background. Well, I'm at home, so yeah, I don't think that this is the noise is too much. All right. So even if you cannot, you cannot hear me with regards to technical issues, probably internet is not too fast at your end. If that is the case, you can always refer to the recorded version. All right, so getting into the nitty-gritty. So looking at the pathway to MCS, there are three different sets of students entering the MCS exam. There are a set of students who are coming through the CIMA general route. So these individuals had done their OCS exam previously. So they are conversant about what and how CIMA case study examination looks like. And these students who are coming through the CIMA general route have done their OTQ exams as well, E2, F2, and P2. So they have a good understanding about the theoretical elements or the syllabus content. Okay. But looking at the other two sets of students, there are a set of students coming through the Master's Gateway program. These are the individuals who had finished their master's degrees, and there are another set of students coming through the FLP program, the Finance Leadership program. So what you need to understand is, if you're coming through an exemption route, you need to understand that you definitely have to learn theory, because via your master's programs or via your bachelor's or whatever the program which you have done previously, you have not, definitely, you have not covered all these areas which are, within the syllabus, especially P2 and F2 syllabuses of CIMA. So, guys, hope you guys can keep your mics on mute so that there won't be any disturbances. Thank you very much. So, so the individuals who are coming through the exemption routes, you have definitely, there will be shortcomings in your knowledge pertaining to especially pertaining to P2 and F2 related syllabus areas, but there's absolutely nothing to worry. We at TCS, we have considered your needs, and we have developed study material which best fits your needs. So these are the different types of students who land at the MCS exam. Then looking at the exam, this is a 100% PC based exam, and looking at the time allocation, it's 3 hours for the entire paper, and your paper will consist of 4 main tasks, and the time allocation for each task is 45 minutes. So 45 minutes into 4 is 3 hours, and the pass mark which you need to gain is 80 marks out of 150, or 54%. All right, so taking you through an overview of the exam, information is provided about a fictitious company via a pre-seen document. So since this is the second session, because the first session happened in May. So since this is a second session, which is happening in August, I'm pretty sure you guys would have gone through the pre-seen documents by now. And on top of that, if you're part and parcel of our WhatsApp group, I've shared 3 TikTok videos, which summarizes the entire pre-scene within something like 8 to 9 minutes. So if you are yet to check out these 3 TikTok videos, I invite you to do it, because you have to keep watching these 3 videos on a daily basis, so that when you're facing the exam, you'd remember all the main points. And on top of that, you should have gone through the pre-seen document. If you are yet to go through it, I expect you guys to download it. If you do not have access to the pre-seen document, please do indicate it on the WhatsApp group. We will share a pre-seen document with you. So via this pre-seen document, the CIMA examiner is giving you information about a fictitious company. Okay, so this is not a real life company. Instead, it is a fictitious company. And via this pre-seen document, the CIMA examiner provides an introduction into the company, and it also comprises of information about the industry dynamics, the type of customers we are dealing with, the type of competitors who operate within the industry, and the growth rates and whatnot. So all these industry dynamics are highlighted. And on top of that, this gives us an indication about the internal dynamics of Happpywell Holidays, the company on which this time's MCS pre-scene is based on. So, what type of operations we are doing, what we did in the past, what we are up to right now, all this type of information is provided. And at the very end, financial statements of Happpywell Holidays as well as its closest competitor are provided, so that students get an in-depth understanding about the financial situation of their own company as well as its closest competitor. Okay, so a well-rounded information is provided via this pre-scene document. And in the exam, you are required to address the issues or questions relating to the managerial aspects of the company. So you are playing the role of a finance manager. So you are involved with the management or the managerial activities of the company. So the type of questions which will be thrown at you will cover managerial aspects. So when you look at papers in the second webinar, I will be taking you through a mini mock. Then you'd understand the type of questions which are thrown at you. So the CIMA examiner is trying to replicate a real life corporate environment. So in a real life corporate environment, when you walk into office, if the company is facing some type of a problem, your superior will send an email to you, and you are supposed to respond to this email in the same format. Okay, so that's exactly what you'd see at your real exam. So you are reporting to the senior finance manager. As I told you earlier, your role is that of a finance manager. So, a typical question, you can expect a scenario where your senior finance manager sends you an email asking for your opinion, asking for your recommendations, and you are supposed to provide solutions to issues faced by the company, or provide recommendations whenever your superior expects you to. Okay, so you are required to address issues or questions relating to the management of the company. And when addressing these concerns or providing answers to these questions, you have to show to the examiner that you have an appropriate level of knowledge about the company as well as the industry. So that's exactly why I said you need to have an in-depth understanding about all the information which appears within the pre-seen document. So we have made your life easier. We have developed 3 TikTok videos which summarizes all the important information. So if you keep on watching these TikTok videos on a daily basis, then it's extremely easy for you guys to remember the most important information which appears within the pre-scene. And we have also developed something called an annotated pre-scene. So let me show you what this annotated pre-scene looks like. So, this is what our annotated pre-scene looks like. So as you can see via these annotations, what we have done is we have taken out the most important information and summarized it so that you can easily understand the most important information which appears within the pre-scene. So rather than going through pages and pages of information and trying to figure out or decrypt the pre-scene, or figure out what actually happens within Happpywell holidays or this industry, it's extremely easier for you guys to go through these annotations and see what actually happens within the company. And via these annotations, what we have also done is we have provided hints about possible scenarios which can be expected at your examination, because the CIMA examiner usually hides hints about what can be tested at your exam within the pre-scene document. So, since we are specialists in, decrypting these type of pre-scenes, in order to make your life easier, we have mentioned these hints. And on top of that, any syllabus areas which are tested are mentioned within the annotated pre-scene itself. So if you go through this annotated pre-scene document, and on top of that, if you go through the TikTok videos, then you are in a position to, show to the examiner that you have an appropriate level of knowledge about the company as well as its industry. And on top of that, when providing answers, definitely the CIMA examiner is trying to check whether you have an appropriate level of knowledge about the syllabus content pertaining to E2, P2, and F2 related areas. So whenever you are providing answers, just because you know about the company and its industry, you cannot pass this exam. You have to also have an appropriate level of knowledge about the theoretical elements which are covered under your MCS syllabus. Okay, so that's an overview of the exam. So let's talk about your role. As I told you earlier, you are playing the role of a finance manager. You are located at the middle level of the organization. As you already know, as you already should know, a typical organization comprises of three main areas when you look at the organizational hierarchy. At the very top, you get the strategic level. So that's where you get the board members. So these board members are involved with strategic decision making, or you call it an outside in view. So these board members, what they are involved with is, they are, simply put, they are taking decisions about the long run of the company. So when taking decisions about the long run of the company, they have to have something called, as I told you earlier, they have to have something called an outside in view. So what's an outside in view? Before taking a decision, they have to always think about how the decision is going to affect the external environment. How is it going to affect the customers, the suppliers, the competitors, what type of action the government or the regulatory bodies might take against us, or how it would affect our connected stakeholders. All these things needs to be considered by the strategic level guys. And talking about the operational level, so these are the type of guys who are at the lowest level of the organization. So the strategic level guys are the board members, and at the lowest level of the organization, you get the individuals who are involved with implementing the decisions taken by the board members. So this level is known as the operational level. Okay, and you are located at the middle, right in the middle of the strategic level and the operational level. So you are the link between the long-term decision makers and the individuals who are implementing these decisions. So your role is with regards to managing employees at the operational level, as well as playing a communicational role, because one of your most important responsibilities is to ensure that what the type of decisions taken by the strategic level is communicated to low-level employees in an understandable manner. So that's what your role is. That's what you're playing. You are playing the role of a finance manager. And as a finance manager, a high level of application and practical thinking is expected at the MCS level. So theories will be tested. So you have to be conversant with your E2, F2, and P2 syllabuses. And on top of that, just because you know your theory, you cannot pass this exam. You need to be good at practical decision making as well. So both these areas are heavily tested. You need to know your theory. Just because you know your theory, you cannot pass the exam. You need to improve on your application skills as well. So you need to know your theory and work on your application skills, because if you do not know how to apply your knowledge, which you have gained through E2, P2, and F2 syllabuses, you cannot pass the exam. So that's your role. Then let's look at what you're supposed to do in the upcoming 8 weeks. So first things first, you are supposed to read the annotated pre-scene. You saw what the annotated pre-scene looks like. Okay, so you have to read through it so that you gain an in-depth understanding about the company, its internal dynamics, its industry, as well as the financial performance. Then after going through the annotated pre-scene on your own, you are supposed to watch the 4 pre-scene analysis videos, which comprises of 4 areas. So, we have already done these videos. So once you go through these 4 videos, you'd gain an in-depth understanding about what is actually mentioned within the pre-scene document. And under the free content, out of the 4 pre-scene analysis videos, one of the videos we are providing it free of charge, so you can access this video under the free content via our website. Then you are supposed to practice 5 exam standard mock exams. This is the most important thing to do, because what I've seen is most students who end up failing the exam, they fail the exam because they do not attempt 5 mock exams. Why are we asking you guys to attempt 5 mock exams? Why not 1 mock exam or 2 mock exams? You cannot cover the entire syllabus, E2, F2, and P2 related areas. You cannot cover the syllabus in its entirety without attempting 5 mock exams. So via these 5 mock exams, we are covering 20 different tasks. Okay. So if you have to cover the entire syllabus, you have to attempt 20 different tasks, or else you can't cover the entire syllabus. So if you walk into the exam without practicing all possible syllabus areas, chances of you passing is extremely low, especially if you are coming through an exemption route. Because as I told you earlier, there will be gaps in knowledge, especially pertaining to F2 and P2 related areas. So if there are gaps in knowledge, and on top of that, if you have not referred to mock exams, if you have done just 1 or 2 mock exams, you can't pass the exam. If you have to cover the entire syllabus, you have to practice 5 mock exams. That's a must. Okay. And on top of that, you have to attend live webinars and workshops. So, you have attended one already. So I expect you guys to, or invite you guys rather to, attend the remaining live webinars as well. And if you invest on our products, we'll be conducting workshops as well. So you can be part and parcel of it, so that you can get in touch with the tutor and get to know about your performance or improve your performance by listening to the tips provided by our tutors. Okay. And on top of that, you are supposed to refer to a set of slides, the industry analysis slides, financial analysis, top 10 issues, and theory recaps pertaining to E2, F2, and P2. So let me show the type of slides which you'd get your hands on. So I'm showing you the industry analysis slides. So via our industry analysis slides, what we have done is we have highlighted the industry dynamics in a concise yet understandable manner. So Our industry analysis comprises of 4 main areas. First things first, we are providing an overview into the industry. Then we are highlighting the competitive landscape. Then we are highlighting the industry trends. And at the very end, in order to ensure that you gain an in-depth or a good understanding about the industry and the type of players within the industry, we have provided real world examples of 2 real world companies as well. Okay, so after going through all this information, you can easily grasp what happens within your industry, because as a finance manager, you need to know about the industry dynamics. So the best way to do it is by going through this set of slides. And let me also take you through the financial analysis slides as well. So as you can see, as I told you earlier, the CIMA examiner provides information about the financial performance of the company as well as its closest competitor by providing access to certain financial statements. And as you can see, via our financial analysis slides, all these financial statements are analyzed, and all this analysis is kept concise and concise as much as possible, and we have made sure that it's easily understandable so that you can understand what actually happens within the company. And at the very end, a ratio analysis is conducted, and all these ratios are again evaluated so that you can easily understand where the company stands, what type of shortcomings there are with regards to its financial performance. All right, so likewise, you need to go through all these type of slides in your preparations. Then in order to brush up your knowledge pertaining to E2, F2, and P2 related theoretical concepts, you are supposed to go through the theory recaps as well. And on top of that, in order to ensure, especially focused on the students who are coming through the Master's Gateway and the Finance Leadership Program, we have developed a set of master classes. So via these, you would have access to 20 master classes. Via these 20 master classes, what we are doing is we are explaining the questions and answers of all 5 mocks. As I told you earlier, each mock consists of 4 main tasks. So 4 tasks into 5 mocks in total is 20 tasks. So each and every task is evaluated. All the questions and answers are evaluated. Via these evaluations, what we have done is we are covering theory. We are teaching you theory, as well as we are teaching you how to apply your knowledge so that you can gain marks. So all these 2 areas are covered, and on top of that, we are also explaining answer planning technique for each and every task. So via the master classes, we are covering 3 main areas. Number 1, we are teaching you theory. Number 2, we are teaching you application skills. And number 3, we are teaching you answer planning technique. So even if you have any gaps in knowledge, even if you're a student who had done a CIMA exam quite some time back, or if you are coming through an exemption route, if you feel like there's some type of a gap in knowledge pertaining to the MCS syllabus, there's absolutely nothing to worry, because we are teaching you theory, we are teaching you application skills, and on top of that, we are highlighting answer planning technique under the 20 pre-recorded master classes. So you need not go through any study material, study packs or whatever. You need not refer to your old notes and whatnot. You just need to watch these 20 videos, and if you do, you'd know your theory, you'd improve your application skills, and you'd improve your answer planning technique. And you are supposed to refer to answer plans of mocks 1 to 5. No other service provider is giving you these answer plans. Okay, so you might be wondering what these answer plans are. So, typically with the mock exams, you get something called a suggested answer. So we have summarized the entire suggested answer, because usually what students do is, after going through a suggested answer, they themselves have to summarize it. But we have gone a step further in order to ensure that your preparations become easy. we ourselves have developed answer plans. So you need not do these answer structures or answer summaries or answer plans. We have done it for you. So closer to the exam, rather than going through pages and pages of suggested answers, it's extremely easy for you guys to go through these answer plans. And when you refer to these answer plans, you can easily spot how you should structure an answer, how pre-seen application comes into play, and how theory is applied in a practical sense concerning a problem faced by the company. Okay, so that's something you'd get your hands on. And we are also providing personalized tutor feedback from mocks 3 to 5. So out of the 5 mocks, for mocks 3, 4, and 5, we are providing personalized tutor feedback. So let me show you what type of feedback you'd get. So as you can see, on a paragraph by paragraph basis, we provide feedback so that you are in a position to understand what your exact shortcomings are, because it's important that you understand your shortcomings before the exam and fix these things before you walk into your exam to increase your chances of passing. So that's exactly what you can see. And at the very end, mark allocations are provided for each and every subtask. And as you can see, there's something called a success rate as well. So this success rate indicates whether you have tackled a certain question appropriately or not, successfully or not. Okay, so as you can see, this student had only gained 69 marks, thereby failing this mock exam. And as you can see, the student has fared really well in task number 1, and in subtask 3B. Other than that, in all the other areas, the student had not gotten the threshold needed, which is 54%. Okay, so this gives you an indication about where you really need to improve the quality of your answers. Once you receive feedback, rather than attempting the entire paper from scratch, what you can do is you are supposed to only focus on areas where your success rate is not up to par. Okay, and at the very end, general comments are provided so that you are in a position to further improve the quality of your answers. So this is what you're supposed to do. So you might be thinking, okay, this guy took something like 15 minutes to explain it. So how can we do all these things within 8 weeks? Yes, you can. You can easily do these things. So let me take you through the 8-week study plan. Then you'd understand how all these tasks are achievable without you having to spend a lot of time for studies. Okay. All right, so before we walk into or move on to the 8-week study plan, let me talk about what we offer at TCS. So I'm on our website, and I'm on the MCS page. So if you want to check out the free content, simply press on this button. Then you can you can create your own user account, and you can gain access to our student portal. And via the student portal, you can gain access to the recorded versions of these webinars. And on top of that, you can gain access to a document which highlights the answer planning technique, and you'll gain access to a mini mock and its suggested answer. Okay, so that's what you'd get your hands on via the free content. And you can check out the sample material as well by clicking on this button. Then look, talking about the type of courses which we provide 3 different courses. So first things first, let me talk about the Essentials pack. So this, if you purchase the Essentials pack, it comes with the recorded versions of the webinars which we are conducting, and you get your hands on the 5 mock exams with suggested answers and the 4 pre-seen analysis videos. And this is priced at £99. So if you are a student, if you are extremely comfortable with 100% self-learning, if you are a student coming through the CIMA general route, and if you had aced your OTQ exams, if you have gotten really good marks for OTQ exams, marks above 110, then you need not have any type of support. You can work on your own, because if you know your theory properly, if you had gotten really good marks for your OTQs without failing them in your first instance itself, and if you're coming through the CIMA general route, then you know what your MCS exam is about and what you need to do to pass your exam comfortably. So if this is your case, then simply invest £99 and purchase the essentials pack. Then moving on to the value pack. Under the value pack, you'd get your hands on the type of material which comes under the essentials pack. On top of that, you'd get your hands on the annotated pre-scene, as you saw earlier, and the industry analysis cards, the financial analysis cards, top 10 likely issues, which highlights the top 10 most prominent scenarios which can be tested in your exam. The case study familiarization kit, you'd have access to a tutor managed live chat via Twilio, and theory recaps of OTQ syllabus content. So if you are a student who is coming through the CIMA general route, but if you had failed any OTQ exams, if you have struggled with any OTQ exams, then opt for the value pack, and this comes at £199. Okay. And looking at the premium package, it comes with all the study material which comes under the value pack. On top of that, you'd get access to the online mock exam platform or our LMS. So via this mock exam platform, you can attempt all 5 mock exams under exam conditions. So when practicing mock exams, it's important that you practice each mock under exam conditions. So at the exam, you have to sit in one place and attempt the entire paper at a stretch, taking 3 hours of your time. Okay, so when attempting mock exams, you need to replicate a similar scenario. I've seen students, when they attempt mock exams, what they do is, let's assume you are attempting mock number 1. As I told you, each mock comprises of 4 main tasks, just like in your real exam. So when attempting mocks, you might attempt task 1 today, task 2 tomorrow, task 3 day after tomorrow, and likewise. That's not going to help you, because at the real exam, you can't break all the tasks and attempt them over 4 different days. Instead, you have to sit in one place and give the paper a go, allocating 3 hours. So you have to sit in one place for 3 hours and do the entire paper at a stretch. Okay, so that's exactly what you need to do when practicing mock exams. And what better way to do it? You can easily get it done via our exam platform. And remember, the exam platform is developed to be akin to the Pearson VUE system, which you'd face at your real exam. So it's better to get yourselves accustomed to a similar platform before you walk into the exam. So you can attempt all 5 mock exams via the LMS, and we are providing professional marking and one-to-one tutor feedback on mocks 3, 4, and 5 under the premium package. And you'd get your hands on the answer plans of all 5 mocks. And you will also get access to the 20 master classes, which covers the questions and answers of all of these mocks. And you can, attend the tutor-led webinars, the workshops, and whatnot. And this comes with a monthly installment plan as well as a pass guarantee. So what is this pass guarantee? So if you end up investing in the premium package, and if you end up failing the exam, you can gain access to the same package in your subsequent sitting free of charge. However, there is one single condition for this pass guarantee. And what's that condition? You need to attempt all 5 mocks via the exam platform. So if you had attempted all 5 mocks via the exam platform and still you fail the exam, you will get the pass guarantee. You won't get the pass guarantee if you do not do your homework, which is about attempting the 5 mock exams. So if you attempt the 5 mock exams and still you ended up failing, it's on us. We will give you access to the same package in your subsequent sitting free of charge. And talking about the installments, the price of this package is £550, but you can pay it over 3 monthly installments. The first installment is £99, and the balance installments, which amounts to £225 per installment, can be paid over 2 months. All right. So this is what we offer. Then before we move on to discussing the study plan, let me remind you about the important dates as well. Exam entry closes on the 1st of August 2023. So if you're planning to do your exams in August, you have to book your exams before the 1st of August. And the exam dates are from the 16th to the 18th of August 2023. All right, then moving on to the second part of tonight's session. Before we do, any questions, guys? Any doubts? All right, so seems like there aren't any questions. So I'm going to move on to the 8-week study plan. So you can easily find the study plan within our website itself. So based on it, I will be providing the explanations tonight. Okay, so we have divided up or we have developed a study plan which comprises of which goes across 8 weeks. Okay, because you have 8 weeks until your exam. So on a weekly basis, we have highlighted what we're supposed to do. So as you can see on the top, the weekly study hours are mentioned. So you are not supposed to do too much. So on average, just in week 2, you are supposed to spend 8 hours of your time, but in all the other weeks, it's just 7 hours. So you are not supposed to work really hard, because I know for a fact that you guys are into full-time employment, or some of you guys are running your own businesses, you have your family commitments. With all these things, you cannot solely focus on preparing for your MCS exam. So we have made your life easier by developing a study plan where you just need to allocate something like 7 to 8 hours on a weekly basis, nothing more than that. Okay, so let's look at what we're supposed to do on a week-by-week basis. So first things first, we are supposed to attend the first webinar. That's exactly what we have done right now. And within this week, up until next Saturday, you are supposed to refer to the OTQ theory recaps, where you brush up your knowledge pertaining to E2, F2, and P2 related syllabus content, and refer to the MCS familiarization kit. Okay, then moving on to week 2, things get a bit serious. Week 2 onwards, you are supposed to attend the second webinar where I'm highlighting the answering technique on the 1st of July, which is next Saturday. Then you are supposed to watch the 4 pre-scene analysis videos in order to get an in-depth understanding about the technical nitty-gritties which are highlighted within the pre-scene. You are supposed to refer to the annotated pre-scene by yourself after watching these 4 videos. Then refer to the industry and financial analysis slides to understand or to gain an in-depth understanding about the industry dynamics as well as the financial performance of Happpywell Holidays as well as its closest competitor. And in week 3, from week 3 onwards, you start attempting mock exams. So by week 2, all study material are handled or covered. Then from week 3 onwards, you are supposed to focus on attempting mock exams. So you are supposed to attempt mock number 1 via the exam platform. And after you are done with attempting mock number 1, you are supposed to watch the 4 master classes which covers mock number 1. So as I told you earlier, via these master classes, you can learn theory, you can improve your application, and you are in a position to understand or improve your answer planning technique as well. Okay, so that's what happens in week number 3. And in week number 4, you are supposed to attend the third webinar, exam prep, which is happening on the 15th of July. And in the second week, we are supposed to attempt mock number 2 and watch the 4 master classes applicable to mock number 2. Then week 3 onwards, you'd be getting, week 5 onwards, you'd be getting feedback for your mocks. So you're supposed to attempt mock number 3 via the exam platform within week 5. And after attempting the mock exam within 48 hours, you will receive personalized tutor feedback. So you are supposed to refer to it to understand where you stand as a student, what your shortcomings are, how you are supposed to improve the quality of your answers. So, and you are in a position to understand how much of marks you can typically gain based on your performance. So all these things are covered under the personalized tutor feedback which we provide. And after you receive the tutor feedback, or maybe even before you receive the tutor feedback, you can watch the 4 master classes pertaining to mock number 3. So that's exactly what happens in week number 6 as well. You are supposed to attempt mock number 4, refer to personalized tutor feedback, which you'd receive within 48 hours, and watch the 4 master classes. And in week number 4, we are doing a Q&A with the tutor. So you can get in touch with us, and by attending this live workshop, you can keep tabs about your preparations. If you have any questions or queries, you can directly raise these concerns with your tutor, and your tutor, based on your performance with regards to the mock exams, will give you some indication about where you stand and what you need to do to improve your chances of passing the exam. And in week number 7, you are supposed to attempt mock number 5, refer to personalized tutor feedback, and watch the 4 master classes which are relevant for mock number 5. And in the 8th week, we are conducting the final Q&A with the tutor. This is where we are wrapping up the session, answering your questions, focusing on what you need to do to improve your confidence, all these things, plus personalized mentoring will be carried out via this live workshop. And within the 8th week, what you can see is this is the week before your exam. So as I told you earlier, from the 16th to the 18th of August, you have your exams. So this is, the week before your examination week. So as you can see, when most students are, rushing for time, when they run out of time, what they do is they end up attempting just 1 or 2 mock exams. So what I've seen through my experience is most students, what they do is they wait until the last moment, and they start preparations a week or 2 weeks before the exam. So that's not enough time. So when all the other students are attempting mock exams a week or 2 before the exam, you are not doing it, you are relaxing. So this leads to a better or a positive mindset. When all the other students are facing some type of exam related stress because they are running out of time, because they are trying to do too much, you are not doing it, you are relaxing. So what are you supposed to do? You are simply referring to the answer plans of mocks 1 to 5. So as I told you earlier, closer to the exam, you are not supposed to go through pages and pages of suggested answers. Instead, we have developed answer plans or answer summaries. So you are going through answer summaries. So it's as if you are revising the entire E2, P2, F2 syllabuses. And on top of that, you are going through the answer structures and understanding or improving your application skills. Okay. And revising yourself about what type of questions were thrown at you and the type of answers you are supposed to provide. So if you attempt all 5 mock exams by the 7th week, towards the last week, which leads up to your exam, you are supposed to relax. This is going to be extremely beneficial for you. If you stick to the study plan, you will pass your MCS exam for sure without any trouble. So that's what we have experienced. Although we give this study plan, we have been giving this study plan for quite some time now. For the past 2.5 years, that's exactly what we have been doing via TCS. But unfortunately, students do not stick to it, and they end up being under constant pressure or exam stress closer to the exam. In order to avoid it, simply do these things, stick to this, and We are supposed to reread the annotated pre-scene one last time. And we are asking you guys to stop preparations a day prior to the exam, sleep, eat, and rest well. Why are we asking you guys to do it? So that you let go of any negativity or any undue stress before the exam. So let's assume your exam is on the 17th. You have to stop all your work by the 15th of August. You are not supposed to refer to any study material, not even answer plans, a day before the exam, because since you are playing the role of a finance manager, you need to have an open mindset. You need to be open-minded. Then you will provide the best solutions to the company. You will provide the best answers, the highest quality of answers. Okay. So as I told you earlier, the CIMA examiner, via the case study examinations, the CIMA examiner is trying to replicate a real life corporate environment. In a real life corporate environment, let's assume you walk into office. Until you walk into office and open your emails, you can't predict the type of questions or the problems faced by the company and the type of emails you have received. Okay, so there's absolutely no point of trying to go through past papers or answer plans or trying to attempt mock exams, a day before the exam. Instead, you have to stop all your work a day prior to the exam. If your exam is on the 17th, stop all your work by the 15th and start relaxing. Walk into the exam just like you walk into office with a fresh mindset. Then you can provide high quality answers and the best recommendations based on the questions which are thrown at you. Okay, so this is exactly what you need to adhere to. And if you adhere to the study plan, as you can see, on a weekly basis, your task is to sit in one place, find 3 hours at a stretch, sit in one place and attempt the mock exam. Everything else is handled by us. So that's exactly why I said, when I said that I took you through the to-do list. In the to-do list, this looks cumbersome. There are so many things which you need to go through, so many activities which you are supposed to conduct, but we have covered everything. You just need to sit in one place and attempt a mock per week. Everything else is handled by us. Okay, so if you stick to the study plan, you can easily pass the exam without any hiccups. Okay, and let me also remind you that if you're not yet part of the MCS WhatsApp discussion forum, simply click on this button and join it. Okay, and I urge you guys to check out our blog posts by clicking on this button as well, which highlights the technicalities pertaining to your MCS exam. All right, so let me remind you about our pass rate. Our pass rate for February 2023 it was 91%, and most of the students, who pass comfortably, they gain. Also, if I talk about the February session, 9 of our students got more than 100 marks. So your pass mark is 80 marks out of 150. But 9 of our students got more than 100 marks simply because they stuck to the study plan. And if you ask them, they tell you they did not do too much when it comes to preparations. Everything is handled by us. What these students did was this, found time to attempt a mock on a weekly basis. And a week before the exam, they were relaxing, and it helped them immensely when it comes to gaining extremely good marks. That's exactly why our pass rate is extremely high. Okay, so let me also remind you about a discount which we are offering. We are offering a 50% discount on the first installment of the premium package. So as I told you earlier, the premium package comes in 3 monthly installments. So the first installment is £99, and we are offering a 50% discount on this. So your first installment is going to be just £49. So in order to utilize this discount at the checkout area, simply mention this discount code. I'll be sharing this information via the WhatsApp group as well. So by mentioning the discount code MCSP 50, you can claim this early bird discount. Any questions, guys? So I've explained the technicalities pertaining to the MCS exam as well as the 8-week study plan. Any questions? Any doubts? Folks, any questions? If there are, you can switch on your mic and talk, or drop a message via the chat section.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask, can I be allowed to join the sessions? I paid the last time, but my name is Bukola. I paid the last time, but I could not join the session due to some circumstances beyond my control. So can I be allowed to join this current session?
Hi, Bukola. Good evening. So I just want to know which package did you invest on last time?
I paid for the full one.
Premium. Okay, yeah. So
Yes,
all
premium.
3 packages are available until the 31st of August. So you can, access all the material, and on top of that, you can, attend the webinars as well.
Okay. Okay. So that I can do the mock exams and they can be marked.
Yeah, definitely you can.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? What would you recommend, going through the pre-scene first or the theory? So as you simply stick to our study plan, because it's better to refresh your understanding about the theoretical elements before going through the pre-scene document, because then you'd remember. Because via the pre-scene document, if you look at the annotations which we have done, we have highlighted the theoretical elements, certain theoretical elements which are tested. Okay, so once you see these theoretical elements, then you'd remember what we have seen or what we have revised when going through the OTQ revision cards. So it's better to do your OTQ revisions right now before you refer to the annotated pre-scene and watch the pre-scene analysis videos. I hope I addressed your concern. So Tendai is asking a question: do you mark mocks 1 and 2? Nope. As we highlighted, mocks 1 and 2 are there to get your bearings about the type of questions which are thrown at you, because usually when you attempt mocks 1 and 2, you won't do a good job, because that's the first time you are practicing your answer planning technique as well as time management technique. In mocks 1 and 2, definitely you will run out of time. You won't come up with properly structured answers. You'd be struggling with your answer planning technique, because take it from me, just because you learn your answer planning and time management techniques, you cannot replicate it successfully in the first instance itself. So that's why we have developed the first 2 mocks, so that you get your bearings with the answer planning and time management techniques. So that's exactly why we are not marking these 2 mock exams, but mocks 3, 4, and 5 are marked. I hope I addressed your concern, Tendai. All right, you are welcome. Any other questions, guys? All right, seems like there aren't any more questions. So Oh no. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. All right. So let me remind you about how you can contact us. So you can simply drop us a message via our website, which is www.study@tcs.com, or email us at info@study@tcs.com. Or if you need any type of personal assistance, simply drop us a message on the WhatsApp number. Then we invite you guys to follow us on our social media handles as well, especially the TikTok page, because as I told you earlier, we have already shared 3 TikTok videos which summarizes the entire pre-scene. And I want you guys to, even if you do not invest on our products, that's totally fine. I want you guys to keep on watching these 3 videos, so that you constantly keep reminding yourself about the most important points which are highlighted within the pre-scene. So we have developed these 3 videos with the intention of ensuring that you remember the most important points, rather than you having to study all these points on your own. Once you keep watching these videos, you can easily remember them and include this information within your answers, so that you end up increasing your chances of passing the exam. So concluding thoughts: approach MCS as an opportunity to learn rather than an exam to pass. So having said that, it brings us to the end of tonight's session. And also, let me remind you before we wind up that the most important webinar is happening next Saturday, the 1st of July. I want you guys to attend it for sure, because in that webinar, I will be highlighting answer planning technique and time management technique. Without an answer planning or time management technique, you cannot pass the MCS exam. So it's important that you attend the upcoming webinar. And remember, the upcoming webinar is conducted free of charge as well. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining in. I value your presence and hope to see you guys next Saturday. Until then, good night and take care.